We're born alone, we die alone, but yet in between, we yearn for connections. We look for friends, we look for partners. If we're lucky, we fall in love, we separate. We are in constant move as we search interconnections with each other and with everything else in the universe. I am interested in that search and the presence of the silence within the connections. In the moment of searching, there's always a rhythm that's formed as we repeatedly get closer to and away from each other. This rhythm is unique to each one of us. In our unique flow, we move in ever-expanding spirals and in the most playful ways, seeking and experiencing different layers of closeness. I think being in unity in this lifetime is an illusion. But there are moments in where we coincidentally feel united. Those moments catch us by surprise, and they leave us with such beautiful tastes that we unconsciously crave for it. And we continue to move, hoping to taste it again and again. Meeting all differences is a powerful moment. And in that moment, there's a tension, there's an energy for change, which is very interesting. And I'm interested in that moment, the meeting of differences and duality. When we talk about connections, we tend to dismiss the importance of the space in between us. That empty space is the silence. In music, silence is a space that gives us meaning to the piece of composition or tune. Without silence, there is no music. Our conversations, what we say to each other and how we say it, are important. What about the things that we don't say, what we hold in silence to ourselves? They're also equally important in our relations. Words, forms, language is the consciousness. Empty space and the silence is the subconsciousness. Staying in silence is a difficult act because in silence we face our secrets, our shame, our untold stories. One needs courage and patience to stay in that empty space. I learned to be friends with my own silence when I was a little girl. I was 8 years old when I had a sudden loss of hearing on my left ear. That loss of hearing left me with a lifetime curiosity on connections, on listening without hearing, on how we create connections with our all senses. Today, staying in my silence is an existential act for me, because that's always the beginning of my creative process. It starts with a constant conversation between me and the material, extending to a conversation between the knowing and the unknowing, between the past and the present, the permanent and the ephemeral. My art is an exploration of organic forms and their inter and intra-dialogue with each other and with their surroundings. I'm interested in the layers of closeness that's created by the powerful moments of the forms and the spaces in between the forms. I seek answers to questions like how to be open to change and adaptation, but at the same time be deeply rooted. How to celebrate unity and movement together. How to own uniqueness and vocalize the desire to unite at the same time. Where and how do we find balance as we each move in different directions? How does size and orientation affect our power dynamics?
Today, humanity is in constant movement. We've never been more mobile in our history. We move not only because technology enables us to move, but we move also because of necessity. Violence, war, climate change. They force mass populations to migrate. We have vast meetings of differences everywhere around the world. In those moments of encounters, we can choose to be drawn in the tension of differences, or we can choose to let ourselves be in the sea of infinite possibilities for connections.